Yo guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're talking about the most important movie of 2021, Paw Patrol. Okay, before we begin, I just want to clear some things. No, I did not go to the movie theater and paid money to see this. I paid a little bit of money to watch it at home. Because no way in hell I'm going to sit between the toddlers and the movie theater watching a Paw Patrol movie. Heck, I work in a movie theater, and whenever I see parents and the children go to the movie to see Paw Patrol, always the parents have such a long face from, God's sake, we're going to see Paw Patrol, the movie. I think in the times we live now, Paw Patrol has received a status of being made fun of because the idea is so weird. And all that while the children love it. I mean, kids grow up fast. Normally it's not cool to play with Barbies whenever you're over 12. That was in my childhood. Now if you're over 5, well, you're gonna get bullied if you watch Paw Patrol. So yeah, here I am, a 22-year-old man who has watched Paw Patrol. And I don't know what's worse, the fact I saw the movie or the fact I know the theme song by heart. Paw Patrol, whenever you're in trouble, Paw Patrol will be there in a double. Don't get me started on every dog's name because I literally don't know that. I only know Chase because he was like the main character of the movie. I know Ryder, I know Liberty because she was seriously annoying. And I know Mayor Humdinger. And boy, we'll talk about Mayor Humdinger. So before this 22-year-old movie reviewer is gonna talk about a dang Paw Patrol movie, please consider to subscribe to my channel. I do this for you. I punish myself for you guys. So if you like this video, please consider to subscribe. Thank you. And leave a like for the effort. Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol. Before we start, I just want to say that theme song is so incredibly annoying, it's gonna stick in your head for days. It's been days since I watched this movie, and it won't come out. To be fair, Paw Patrol has a fun little story. It isn't bad as the Emoji Movie. It isn't as cringe as the second SpongeBob movie. Nah, that's a bad comparison. The second SpongeBob movie was okay. The first one was absolutely perfect. I'm gonna promise you guys this. I'm gonna watch the SpongeBob movie with my friends and we're gonna record it. I promise you that. The SpongeBob movie is awesome. Now, what's a cringy children's movie? Well, the Addams Family movies, they're also bad, but they're cringy too. Hey, and I have seen the Addams Family too, so if you want a review for that movie, I have it. Just let it know in the comments and I will make it. But Paw Patrol, it has a fun little story. It isn't as big overall because, of course, this is a movie focused on kids below the age of 5. So you can't make a long movie. This movie is 1 hour and 20 minutes long, which is incredibly long for a movie for toddlers. But the way this is told, well, that's good. Because this movie doesn't contain a giant-ass story from 1 hour and 20 minutes long. I mean, it kind of does, but it's more broken up into some pieces of episodes. We have an episode in Adventure Bay, we have an episode from them getting in Adventure City, we have an episode from Humdinger, we have an episode from Chase, and we have an episode for the finale. So actually, this is like multiple episodes smashed into one bigger story. You can kind of see this movie like an entire season of its own. You just binge-watched a season. So I gotta say, that's actually pretty smart going for a movie that's based for toddlers. But of course, there are some things in the stories that I did not like that much. I didn't like the entire Chase storyline. They could have done without it because it's so incredibly cliche and it gives you a real bad view on some things like a vet. There are vets and people who hold dogs for them to hire. I actually can't remember the precise word, but I think it was a vet. It's just the place where dogs go when they don't have an owner and they go wait for an owner. That place, you know what I mean? I'm not English, so sometimes I forget a word, but that place is always portrayed like a prison, like the most awful thing, like hell on earth. And of course, yeah, in some places it is. I strongly believe that. But not always. And I see it so much in an animation movie where a vet or a dog or a cat is involved. It's always gonna be about one of the dogs running away and getting snatched and getting placed into hell on earth. I mean, we can have a story about dogs without it. Please. Oh, and some of these stories, especially Mayor Humdinger's story, is extremely dumb. And I loved it. Heck, this movie is so dumb with moments that you're just gonna roll your eyes in disbelief and say like, oh, I wish I was a kid, I would have loved this. Story gets 125 to 200. Okay, so Mayor Humdinger was annoying to say the least. Heck, he was awful. And since the moment he came on, I kinda got the feeling that he was like the main antagonist in the PAW Patrol series. I looked it up and it seems to be true. Well, there's one thing for sure. If Mayor Humdinger is your biggest antagonist and your biggest villain in your organization, the PAW Patrol being, well, maybe the government should stop funding PAW Patrol, because if he's your biggest enemy, well, that's fucked up. I mean, he does like an awful lot of stupid things, and he made me think a lot about Donald Trump, not in the way he was portrayed, but in the way he did things, in the way he said things, and in the way he said some other things. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not political at this point. He just reminds me of Donald Trump and other politicians. But hey, you can say about the man what you want. But Mayor Humdinger is one of the first politicians out there that actually keeps his promises. He did bring more adventure to Adventure City. He almost killed the entire city, but he did bring more adventure to it. So he promised and he fulfilled. You can't say that. Okay, talking about the PAW Patrol, well, the dogs involved are cute as hell. I loved the animation for this. They were so incredibly beautiful and great and cute to look at. Except for Liberty, I mean, she was like the newest member to the PAW Patrol. She was annoying. She was basically just there for the movie, and I did not like her that much. You can clearly see that they had these characters for the series turned into a movie, and it worked, but Liberty, she did not fit in this group like the others did. And then you have Ryder, a fun little boss, but I also think with him about real life things that he did. He drove a goddamn truck from Liberty Bay into a city. And no one said a thing about it. He owns a building and no one says a thing about it. Why isn't that kid arrested? Also, not gonna say what happens in the ending of this movie, but no one, especially not a kid, would have survived that. But he did. Meaning Ryder must be superhuman. Characters 130 to 200. As I said before, the animation looks pretty neat. It's beautiful to look at. It's colorful, it has good animation, it's smooth, it works, it's beautiful. And if you watch where the PAW Patrol came from and where the PAW Patrol is now based on its animation, good for you, movie. You did great. The pacing was kinda okay, the movie went by fairly quick, but again, this movie is made for toddlers, so it could have been shorter and it would have been better. I think this movie would really rock at around 1 hour of screen time and just forget the entire chase storyline and you have still the greatest movie. No, not the greatest movie, absolutely not. You still have a nice movie left. So yeah, it's not the worst, but could have been better. Style 100 to 150. Okay, is it even fair to talk about surprisements in a children's movie? Aren't these things supposed to be enormously cliche? Well, Let's just say I hated how predictable the story was with moments. I mean, even toddlers aren't this stupid. But I do go plus 20 because it's a children's movie. Surprisement, 40 to 100. The acting was pretty okay, they did a good job, and there were some cameos in this, like from Jimmy Kimmel, he did some voice in this movie. Other famous people did a little bit of voice in this movie, so that's okay. But I saw with Chase, and I don't know if it was all the rest too, but I do know it's with Chase. Why didn't they cast the persons from the TV series? Because the ones portraying the dogs in the movie are different than the ones portraying the dogs in the series. Why the fuck is that? It's not necessary at all. Acting 100 to 150. The critics are very divisive on this movie. They give it only a 50 out of 100. And I wouldn't say that. I think it deserves a 30 out of 50. Did kinda entertain myself. I go 30 to 50, 3 stars. Granting the Paw Patrol movie a total score of 605 to 1000 or 6.1 to 10. Have you seen the Paw Patrol movie? Of course you haven't. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to, if you want to see it or if you have seen it and what you thought about it. Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, please consider to subscribe. Please like this video, please leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you, goodbye, and have a nice day. Paw Patrol! Paw Patrol!